You're watching ChillyBoy Productions. I'm Larry ChillyBoy Chilson, and today I am speaking with actor Rick Cosnett, one of the stars of the new film Shoulder Dance, and one of the stars from the CW's The Flash series. Okay, so I am here with Rick Cosnett from the new film Shoulder Dance, which is available across digital platforms to view now. Hello, Rick. Thank you so much for joining me today.
My absolute pleasure, Larry. It's lovely to be here.
Well, why don't we just start? How did you get involved with Shoulder Dance?
Well, I got an offer for it, which is always fantastic because people come correct and I don't have to audition for it and I'm not put on trial. And Matt Dallas was already cast, which a lot of people will know from Kyle XY, and just such a wonderful actor. So I loved that. Then I read the script, thinking, oh, I hope it's good. And it was absolutely insanely good. Like halfway through, I was like, yes. It's just so accurately written about, first of all, people who may or may not take substances, not to give anything away in the film. Very accurate, and things are not usually written that well. It was also this beautiful arc about relationships, and it gets very messy, but it's also this beautiful way that it all sort of comes back around together. But it's super fun film. My character is uh, so rambunctious and so kind of comfortable in his own skin and free. And there's this sort of Jason Momoa vibe about him, which I just absolutely loved because I've always wanted to be that person, but I was very shy as a teenager and I couldn't cry or scream or get angry when when I arrived at drama school when I was 18. I was very repressed from boarding school and from Zimbabwe. So, it was kind of this amazing serendipitous thing that happened and a very seminal moment I felt like in my acting abilities, because everything just really started to flow for me. I just came in hot every day and we created something really special. And the relationships and the chemistry was just so beautiful on set, and it really translated onto the screen, which is rare. So we're super happy and proud of this film. It's really fun.
As you looked everything over, what was it that drew you to the character of Roger for you to be like, okay, yes?
It was terrifying at first when I read his lines and his entrance. When I first read it, I thought if the character was gay. I read it like he arrives and he's like, rah, and like screaming, and I was like, I read it like one way, and then I was like, and then he introduces his girlfriend, and I was like, wait. It's
Oh,
like, let's recalibrate, let's go back. And then I was like, oh yeah, okay. It's this, it's that. And then I've never played a character like that. So I was almost more turned on by it. It was a certain confidence, a certain sexuality, a certain sensuality that was so beautiful to play with, a power that I really was itching to lean into and knew that I had it inside of me. I hadn't really explored that on a screen before, so it was wonderfully challenging to me. And then I just did it, opened the damn walls, and it just flowed out. It was very good for me personally too, to just kind of be able to kind of prove to myself that I got that in my arsenal.
so obviously, a couple of years ago, you came out publicly to the public. You came out widely to the public.
Yes,
And so, did
general public.
they approach you? Were you approached with this film as like, this is an LGBTQ film? Or was it just, here's an offer?
It wasn't really no pitch like that, no.
Okay.
But I don't know. But I think they liked the fact that I was just kind of brave and truthful in my life. I think that they respect that. We're all on the same spectrum on the Kinsey scale, and it's just good to be able to play everything. Hopefully one day we won't have to answer these questions, and we can actually just play whatever we want to play, but it's just so complex. I'm just really, really happy that like it didn't matter in this, because it wasn't really about that. It's more about like human beings and the way that we interact. My character is mostly straight, he's pretty straight. Like he's pretty much 98% straight. But that's the story. And yeah, my personal life, that's also like I don't care anymore. You know what I mean? I just want to be a good actor, be good at what I do, and I felt like I was lying by omission. I felt like I was holding myself back. I felt like I didn't want to hold back people who come after me. I wanted to be on the front end of the wave. And things have really changed in the last 3 years since then, or even the last 5 years. It's a beautiful thing. I also personally don't really like the categories. I wish they were all just in the same category, these films. I think I love inclusivity, and inclusivity should include everyone.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But I think it's obviously like the only way to fight back has sort of been like that. But I'm hoping one day we don't have to categorize anything,
Yeah.
Larry, in the perfect world,
In a
but
perfect
maybe I'm
world.
naive.
But your character actually, I think, is a great way to kind of push forward towards that. Because
Absolutely.
he's heteroflexible, if you will. He's most, like you
I
said,
love that.
mostly straight, but
Yeah, I love that. And yeah, he's so free in himself that we should just appreciate everyone, as they are. Hopefully, a message that I am sending out to the world. I think that's what this film, everyone takes something away from it that's different. But I think it's about it's the value of being free in yourself and the value of love. It can conquer so much. It can really find a way to a happier place, a happier, more free place. Because if we're free inside of ourselves, then the things on the outside can just be solved so easily, so within, so without. And I think Roger and Lily sort of teach people that by being so crazy. I mean, I don't know if they'll be okay. That's the sequel.
your character is, as you said, he's very free with who he is. He's a very touchy-feely kind of person. He's very central pretty much throughout the film. How do you, as an actor, kind of get into the headspace to be able
Yeah,
to play this role?
it started every morning when I woke up. I had this like routine, just stretching, breathing, meditating, and then I would do this I am enough tapping on the way, which one of my life coaches gave me, to really just feel that confidence in myself and my abilities, and that was super important to have that as a base. And then a lot of just like drama school stuff of screaming and crying if it came out. It's great to be in LA, be in the car. We filmed it in Malibu, so I had this drive there. So by the time I got there every day, I was riding the wave of Roger's energy, right? And just coming in really hot and energized. And that's what I've been searching for as well, because a lot of the time I would get de energized because of stuff that happened in my life, growing up the way that I did in Zimbabwe, all that boarding school, whatever, being, different. And so that used to affect my energy. Whereas Roger sort of rides on this wave, and the energy begets more energy, right? So I was really leaning into that in a big way. And it wasn't that exhausting when you're in your body, when you're feeling yourself. I've been searching for that for so long. So it was really cool to, because the repetition of that makes you stay in that state more and more. Use it as I do with everything, use it as self-help as well. But I've had coaches who say, your problems you have in your life are the problems you have in your acting, and vice versa. So it's good to kind of shake it up in that way. But that's how I got there. People think it looks like me because it is a part of me, but these barriers are all emotional, that we have in our lives. We're such complex beings. We can pretzel ourselves up emotionally, and it kind of it manifests itself in weird ways in our lives. It's a matter of undoing those pretzels.
Well, you mentioned the amazing cast that you are a part of here with this film, a gorgeous cast. I was like, wow, how do we have all of this beauty in one room here with these four people throughout? But I really thought all four
Keep
of you
going.
I really thought all four of you had actually
Need the
great
validation.
chemistry
Amazing.
between obviously you and Matt, who have this pre-existing relationship. Obviously, you had to have this great chemistry with Maggie as well. What was that like on set with the chemistry in that room between the four of you and cultivating that to the screen?
Yeah, it was really fun because I really felt like, the character, when the character starts to take over, it's just such a fun experience, which has just, it happens to me. And when it happens to me, I just feel so happy, like with Eddie on The Flash or like Dr. Wes. They sort of you start to feel them and they start to take the lead, and you just don't know where it's going to go emotionally. And that is really fun feeling as an actor. And that was what it was, in between action and cut, just to have those wonderful actors opposite me, Maggie, Taylor, Matt, Samuel. Like
Yeah.
it was just you know that they have your back, that you can trust them, that you can go really far and just experiment during the take. They are in the setting, and that's, I think, always the magic. There's real moments on screen are just so valuable. It was just wonderful to have wonderful, wonderful actors opposite me. It's what gives it the spark. And the director was just totally up for it. He wasn't fussy in terms of like trying to make it into something that he thought it should be. He just let us play and really, embody the characters and just, do our jobs, which was really valuable.
Yeah, and I think that definitely kind of shines through on the screen as well. Well, you just mentioned Eddie. You're coming off of the CW's highly popular, highly loved show, The Flash. What is it like getting to be a part of a show that is so beloved and has so many fans that have like connected with it over the years and spending literal years with these fans throughout?
Yeah.
And having that come to a close, but more importantly, what it's like kind of getting to be a part of something like that.
Yeah, it was really special, like since we met. I still remember meeting Grant Gustin. I took the plane up to do the pilot with Danielle Panabaker. I actually auditioned with her for my
Oh,
final time. So there was like, we were both like paired opposite, and Candace and Jesse Martin and Tom and Carlos Valdez. We were all I think subconsciously knew that we had something really special, but also just hoping that it would go past the pilot, past the 13 episodes that we got. It was just such a light, bright, concise show, so well written. The characters were so individual, and the way that they came together was so delicious, with the love triangle between me and the Flash and Iris. And I loved playing all of that so much. It was just an absolute gift, and something that I'm so grateful for, always be so grateful for. One of the biggest jobs of my career so far. Coming back as well, it was a roller coaster, of course, as well. But then coming back at the end was super, super nice, and in such a crazy way was so fun, because playing evil is just becomes very natural to me. It's mostly just, a slog to try and look sane. um, so I just, yeah, surrendering to the evil. There's really nothing better.
so as an actor, what's the big kind of difference in preparation or the experience of course, something like The Flash that runs for, 8 years versus
Yeah,
a movie set, but just in general, the difference in kind of shooting for television and shooting a film.
yeah. Well, it depends on the budget of the film, because
It's very
sometimes
true.
the film, I've shot films in like 12 days where I was the lead as well, and it was like, wow, we're going really fast. And getting lines at the last minute and not being able to, like, but it is what it is. It just depends on the project. I think sometimes as well, doing so many takes is really exhausting. Like sometimes the lighting's not right, or they can't get, the camera is coming around and they can't quite get that, doing it over and over again. Just throwing Oscar-winning performances on the floor over here. Not really, but you know what I mean. Like I do find it exhausting. Like after like the 20th time doing the same emotional scene, I'm sort of like, wow. Whereas in the theater, you get to sort of, I don't know why people find the theater harder. I find it easier. You get to just do the journey in real time, once a night. But it's great because obviously you can perfect something and then they edit it together, make you look even better, and then it's there forever. So that's also cool. But actors will always find something to complain about. And in this film, we didn't have, which is also quite nice sometimes to just be left alone sometimes, without having to worry if your shirt's, creasing or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just kind of like at the last minute, yeah. But that's also part of the, depending on the look of whatever. So this was really great to just kind of relax and just focus on the relationships and the emotion. And I've always preferred, the pared back, like take the makeup off, just go, a little bit crazy. As a teenager, I was always very snobby about, the level of art in a project. And then as I gradually got older, I've sort of just slowly sold out because I needed money. So, but it's good to go back and remember now that what do I really care about? The meaning in a film and a TV show. Look, it's all a good balance, and I'm just super grateful to be able to work in what I love to do at the same time. So
Well, I guess that leads us to what's next. What do you hope to accomplish? What are you looking for in your next projects? Do you have anything lined up that you're looking forward to?
yeah, I am actually. First of all, there's a rom-com that I'm in called The Exchange, and it's sort of like The Holiday in a way. I'm British, and I do this house swap with someone. It's really, really fun. So that's going to be coming out next year. Also, an Apple TV show called Palm Royale, which I'm really excited about, with a star-studded cast: Kristen Wiig, Laura Dern, Alison Janney, Carol Burnett, Ricky Martin, Josh Lucas. It's set in the 60s in Palm Beach, Florida. I think it's going to be absolutely incredible. So that is coming out soon. They haven't set a date for that yet. I think they were waiting for the strike to officially end. And I do this show called The Vaucluse Daily on Instagram, which is really taken off in Australia. My friend and I play these South African housewives who live on the harbour front. And it's all the petty goings on in the suburb. There's a lot of arguments. There's a lot of basically just like rich white South African bullshit. And who better to take the piss out of? So I encourage everyone to follow me on at the Vaucluse Daily.
All right. Well, thank you once again so much, Rick, for talking to me not only about the amazing shoulder dance, which is hilarious. It is really fun. It's a lot different than so many other films out there. And I think that authenticity that you spoke about and how the director approached it really kind of defined that unique tone that was able to be captured on screen. And it is available to watch on digital platforms. So go ahead, seek it out, check this one out. I think you're really going to enjoy it. Is there any final words that you'd like to send people off with?
Thank you so much, Larry. That's so lovely of you to say. Yeah, I'm so proud of this film. We all are. It's really fun to watch. And so I encourage everyone to see it because you also get an amazing message from it. Every time I've seen it as well, I get this surprising emotion at the very end. I've just had streams of tears coming down my face at the end. So it's a beautiful film and quite life-changing for me. So I would love everyone to see it.
So, everyone, please make sure to check out Shoulder Dance. I will be providing links to where you can watch it in the description down below. Make sure you follow Rick on social media so that you are always up to date on all of his upcoming projects. I love you all so much for your continued support. Mwah! Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.